Do you ever feel like no matter how healthy you try to be or how much you work out, you are just still not getting any progress or results that you'd like to see? No, for real, like you're literally doing every single thing right. You are eating clean, drinking your water, you're also working out a ton, and you're just still not getting the results or progress that you want to see. I feel you. I actually started my own fitness journey about a year ago, and it really has been amazing, but there have been some mistakes that I made along the way that actually slowed down me seeing some results. But before we get into that, huge shout out to Noom for sponsoring this video. Links are all in the description box. Definitely check them out. What up? Welcome back. I actually really started to incorporate fitness into my life last year. Like 2019, my main goal was to really focus on fitness and health and all of that stuff. I've been through just such an awesome journey. It's been so crazy. There's been some highs, there's also been some lows, and there's been some plateaus. I didn't mean to rhyme, but she did. I really want to give a huge shout out to Noom. Here's the thing. What I love about them is they aren't just your typical health and wellness fitness app that says do 20 burpees and check it off. They even have a whole like curriculum built in the app around psychology and mindset. And I truly feel if you're trying to lose weight or get fit or be healthy or whatever, or bulk up, I wish someone told me when I first started my fitness journey that it is pretty much 90% mindset. And especially if you're in the wrong mindset, like it can be very dangerous if you're not working out for the right reason. I think it's so important, and I really wish other apps would also kind of have stuff like this to where it's not just focused on your scale weight or how you look, where it's really just like full mindset. They've incorporated cognitive behavior therapy, and that's why it's so different from other ones. And yeah, it's really awesome. Their customer service is great. It's legit so easy to sign up. It takes literally 30 seconds. You get to take a fun quiz, and you guys should follow them on Instagram. So I'm gonna have everything linked down below for you guys. If you want to, no pressure. I wanted to do a video just kind of saying all of my own personal mistakes that I've made in my fitness journey and things that I wish someone could tell me if I could go back. I'm not a doctor. These are all just my own personal struggles and mistakes that I made. So like take it or leave it, but I'm not a doctor. Don't take my advice. Don't sue me. Thanks. You are so beautiful no matter what size you are. Do not let the scale ever define you. I don't want anyone watching this and it making it worse. So if this does trigger you, please don't watch it. This video really is just intended for people who, like me, are putting in so much work, working out all the time, trying to eat healthy, and no matter what, you still feel like nothing's working. That's where I've been. So these things have really helped me so much. It's insane. Keep on watching and stay to the end if you want some tips. Okay. Hello, you can't get rid of me. Before we get into the video, I just wanted to say real quick, I was blown away by all of your guys' like comments on the last video. Like you guys popped off in the comment section, and it just meant so much. All the comments in my last video were just insane, and it meant so much. It literally just meant the entire world to me. Just I don't know, I just had to say that. So thank you guys so much. Now I'm gonna shut up and let you watch the actual video because everyone's like, Alisha, please shut up. Okay. Okay, so the first thing I'm gonna say is something I think literally no one wants to actually hear me say, and we've all heard it, but not many of us do it, and that is just actually drinking water. Okay, now real quick before you freaking exit out because you're thinking it's just another basic video of someone telling you to drink water, I cannot tell you how much this has actually changed my whole fitness game. Like my whole fitness life was changed the second it actually clicked for me of like, oh, I actually have to drink a lot of water. And here's the thing, like you best believe, I don't know why it took me so long for this light bulb to go off. If I am doing all of my cardio, if I'm killing myself in the gym, if I'm being so strict with my foods, like the reason that I'm not getting my results better not be because I'm not freaking just drinking water. I had to tell myself, Alisha, just do it. Like, just suck it up, do it. Find a water bottle that works for you. Here's the thing, for me, I'm insane. I just change it up all the time. Some days I like having more of a narrow mouth because it's easier to like chug water that way. When I'm home, I'll usually just like throw a straw in it because I feel like when I'm at my computer editing, I just drink more water that way. So find whatever works for you. There are literally probably like millions of different types of water bottles out there. So this is one example. This is actually the one that I've been using this week, if you guys actually care to see. Ooh. Also, I don't know if this is just a me thing, but without a doubt, every single time that I'm craving something or super snacky, every single time, without a doubt, that I'm craving something or I'm like super snacky, it's always because I'll look at how much water I've had that day and I've only had maybe like one of these when I normally have 3 or 4. Coincidence? I don't know, but yeah, I usually just carry this around with me everywhere, so now I'm gonna do it while we finish filming. Yay.
Okay, give us like a really good tip. Like, I want like a really good one I can use.
Like a juicy one?
You know what I mean?
Okay, this is something that I actually struggled with a lot looking back, but I didn't realize I was actually struggling with it while going through it all. I didn't realize how much I was under eating throughout the day. For whatever reason, like breakfast, nailed it down. Lunch, I could eat my like nice little salad. By the time dinner came, I was just so hungry, and I always gave in to those cravings because I was just so hungry. In my head, I thought I just had like no self-control. It's so weird, but I didn't realize that was the problem then, where now I'm like, oh, it makes sense because now I make sure to have my snacks throughout the day or make sure to eat enough throughout the day to where by the time dinner comes, I'm not, like, don't get me wrong, I'm hungry, but I'm not this, I want everything, Alicia, you know?
So how many snacks like should I be eating?
I always have a snack before I work out in the morning, then I have breakfast, then I have another snack, then I'll have lunch, and then I'll have like 2 snacks before dinner too. So I feel like every few hours I'm just having something. So yeah, for me personally, like I was just not eating enough throughout the day because I thought I had to like eat less to lose weight when that was literally not the case at all. I don't know why I thought this, but I genuinely would eat whatever I want. Not whatever I wanted, but I really like rewarded myself, I think a little way too often, because in my head, I just worked out 6 days. I work out so hard I can eat whatever I want, and then I just did that way too frequently and it wasn't planned. I think this genuinely was like the majority reason, and this is like getting more deep. I love that. I used to be a really, really big emotional eater, but I didn't know that. So anytime I was stressed, I just got this feeling over me and I didn't know how else to handle it other than going and eating or eating food or snacking. And it was never like crazy binging or anything, but for me, that was just another whole reason, and until I really dealt with those deeper issues, it never went away until then. So I think that's something that's like on a deep level, that's such a thing. Like a lot of people, including myself, like struggle with that, and it was really hard for me because it just felt like I wasn't in control. I knew I was stressed, but deep down I didn't realize like why was I stressed? What are the reasons? I think that's a huge thing, and of course everyone is so different with that, and that is a very sensitive, touchy subject. But again, I think that's a huge thing that people kind of look past because they just think they need to work out more or they need to eat less food when that's not the case at all. Looking back, I just wish I like talked to someone like sooner, whether it was like Ashley or like a therapist or like someone. Obviously this is a very sensitive subject. I'm so sorry. Yes. Yeah, that's something that definitely helped me and just talking it through and all that stuff. So yes. Okay. So this next one isn't technically like an actual thing that I was doing wrong more than like my mindset, but I think it's actually extremely important and people should actually like really pay attention. I used to compare myself to old photos of myself that I used to Facetune. Like, can we just talk about that for a second? Like, I used to get so upset with myself because I would look at old past photos of myself and I used to think, oh my God, I was so skinny and I just didn't even know it. Like my headspace was so wrong. And on top of it, I was looking at photos that weren't even me, thinking that that's how I should look now. I mean, let's be real. We've all photoshopped. We've all done it. We've all done it. And to like compare your own self to an old photo of you that isn't even real is so toxic. And I wish someone literally slapped me across the face when I did that. Oh my God, it's so bad, it's so bad. So I think just the whole idea of comparing yourself in all aspects, whether it's to old photos that you used to Photoshop, even to your old high school self. I used to do that all the time, especially in like my early 20s. For some reason, I thought that like, oh, I need to get back to my high school body self. When I look back now at those photos, I'm thinking, Alicia, you weren't even fully like developed, so you can't compare yourself to yourself then. And then of course the obvious one, just comparing yourself to anyone else on social media. I used to follow a whole bunch of people as like body inspo who were just not my body type. Like it's not even anything against them. Like it was just like I had them as a dream goal body to have when it just literally is not in like my genes to have that type of body. I literally went through my Instagram, unfollowed so many people who I had as that like role model for me. And then I ended up following a lot more people who actually do have my body type, and it makes me feel so good when I see them in a bikini. I'm like, yes, girl. Another thing that I did so wrong was when I first started my fitness journey, I truly thought deep down in my bones that I would be a size 00 and petite. Like I thought my body would change, the structure of it. And it was kind of a rude awakening when I found out that that wasn't the case. Like once I actually got to my goal weight or goal numbers or anything like that, I was like, oh girl, you're not petite. Like you still have some curves. Like that's just how you are. And I think if I had someone tell me that, that would have been huge because I just had such unrealistic body goals and expectations of like what would bring me happiness and stuff. So I'm gonna wrap it up on this one, but literally I think this one's so important. Okay, so the next thing that I feel like I just really messed up with in the very beginning of everything was I just simply didn't prioritize it, and I would make excuses in my head and find ways to get out of working out or eating clean or saying, I'll start tomorrow. Deep, deep, deep down, I knew it was just a cop-out. Even little things saying like, oh, I just washed my hair, so I don't wanna have to work out today. Little things like that, you just have to prioritize it. Today has literally just been one of those days where I am living out of my car. It's kind of insane. Like I have all of my snacks in here, I have my lunch. Honestly, it just comes down to simply doing it and prioritizing it. I almost ordered food, but I decided, you know what? We're going. We're getting stuff. I never used to really be a morning person, especially if you guys watch my older vlogs, like you know I was never a morning person. But with my schedule, the only time I could actually do my cardio was in the morning. So I just kind of forced myself to be a morning person. And like, do I want to get up at 6 every single day? Like, hell no, I want to sleep in. But that was just the only time that really worked for me to do it. And even now, there are times where I'll say that I'll work out at night instead, but I know me and I know that I'll easily talk myself out of it, or I'll be too tired, or there'll be traffic. So it's just so much easier for me to do it and prioritize it in the morning. One of the tricks that I would do was I would literally book myself to do classes, and then I couldn't talk myself out of it because if I didn't go, I would be losing $20 or $30 on one of these classes. And I was like, I can't do that. Another huge thing that helped me was having a workout buddy, like to prioritize everything, because you can't let your buddy down if you're like, hey, be at the gym tomorrow at 8 a.m. or 7 a.m. because they're counting on you. That is so underestimated, like having someone else to do this with. It was really cool for me to have like my sister or Remy also going through this fitness journey with me, because we could always like count on each other or even have like recipe ideas for each other. And obviously I know not everyone can actually have someone who's like on the same page as you with that, but seriously, and I'm not just saying this, but like the Noom app, like having something like that to hold you accountable, and even being like, hey, did you have your water today? Or hey, did you do your workout today? Like little things like that helps so much. They have some really good meal plans on there. They even have really good like workouts and stuff, and it even helps you track your water, and it's really awesome. So like I said earlier, definitely check it out. Link in the description box. Have a buddy helping you, whether it's an app or a real person, because don't talk yourself out of it. Another thing I did, and I was just another person who kind of fell into this trap, and that was really just doing those trendy diets. I have tried everything from basically keto to vegan to only eating literally like almonds and chicken. I've just tried so many things because I was so desperate to look like all of my very, very petite friends. I didn't realize how much that actually hurt like me and my body to be doing this yo-yo effect of doing something for 3 weeks and then stopping that and then just trying, and then just eating whatever I wanted and then trying some other new fad diet and then doing whatever I wanted, and it just caused this like back and forth. I genuinely think actually like messed up my metabolism for a little bit, because it was just, it's a lot. Like it's so much on your body to try super trendy diets. Like I can't tell you how many I did, and I would have literal migraines the entire time and I felt horrible. So I was just so desperate for anything to be like the key or the answer. Everyone's just so different. So what ended up just really working for me was, I mean, you can watch my whole like fitness routine. I explain it way much more in there of like everything, but for me it was just kind of taking a step back from all of these different new and trendy diets that are happening and doing something so much more sustainable. So I'm gonna have that video linked down below, because we don't need to say everything again, but just look out for anything like that, because that's something that I fell for. Okay, so this next one is something that I actually just recently started doing, and I noticed the biggest change with my fitness, and that was changing up my routine. I kind of came to this plateau because I had been doing one style of cardio for like months basically. I loved the Stairmaster. I would go on it for like almost an hour. Like that was my thing that I did, and it came to the point where I wasn't seeing the results that I first started seeing. My trainer told me, he was like, yo, you really need to change up your cardio, because what's happening is your body is now anticipating that. When you first started doing the Stairmaster, your body would lose 400 calories, for instance. But now because your body's kind of anticipating it, it's wanting to reserve energy. It's basically like cutting it in half. So if you've been doing something for a long time, definitely change it up. Literally the second he told me that, I was like, I'm sorry, what? So I started just changing things up very little. So now when I do my cardio, some days I'll run for 30 minutes, or some days I'll do 30 minutes on the bike, and then I'll do 30 minutes on the Stairmaster, or I'll do 20 minutes here and 20 minutes there. Changing things up in general. So that's something that I wish I knew sooner, because it would have saved me a lot of steps on the Stairmaster. Okay, so the last one is something, again, that I feel like you hear a lot, but I really just didn't want to listen to, and that was that I actually needed to sleep so much more. I don't know why, but it was just an ego thing. I really prided myself on like, oh my god, I didn't sleep last night because I was editing all night, and it's not good. I think a lot of people underestimate that when you actually go to the gym, you're actually getting weak. If you think about it, like you're tearing your muscles apart. So the only way to actually build your muscle is restoring your muscles, which comes either through food or sleep. that didn't register to me. I was like, oh my God, I worked out all day. Oh my gosh, I'm editing all night. Like, wow, I'm so cool. And now I'm just like, Alisha, you were so freaking stupid. You were like priding yourself that you were like worn out, when in reality that was not helping you in any way, shape, or form, like at all. There are days where I feel just so tired and worn out that I will skip going to the gym, and it's actually better for me to sleep in than overworking myself. And granted, that's like very rarely, but there are definitely times where I can feel it and I'm like, my body is telling me that I need to rest, and you have to like listen to that. If you're not sleeping, your body will actually like hoard onto fat because it's just like using that as an energy supply, when in reality you need to like chill and relax and sleep more. So yeah, those are just things that I really wish I knew a little over a year ago, because I really underestimated even the things like water and sleep. Like, you hear about that, but knowing kind of just more of the why, and also how it really is 90% your mindset and everything. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that you liked it. I hope that you learned something. And again, huge thank you to Noom for sponsoring the video. Do me a favor, and if you've stayed just all the way here, you should comment below. Ooh, what should they comment?
Well, we did Mean Girls quotes, and those were really
honestly
good.
You guys killed the Mean Girls quotes in the last one. It was so funny. Okay, what is the last song that you listened to? Don't cheat. Like, if it was freaking some random song, like, I want to know what it was. Comment it below. I just listened to a song called Thoughts, and a shout out to whoever can guess the artist. Comment it below. Anyways, okay, bye. I've been talking too much.